So Monique, you've had a bit of an issue with your heart for quite some time, is that right?
I was diagnosed with a heart murmur some time ago or years ago, and yes, I have. The issue was that I had palpitations and an irregular heartbeat, and since I've started taking the Arctic fish oil, the irregular heartbeat has stopped, and it stopped after a week of starting with this product.
How long had you had this irregular heartbeat or heart murmur?
It was diagnosed when I was 15, so most of my lifetime. I'm 55 now, so that's 40 years.
And how
Count
often
very well.
how often have you been aware of it? How many times a day, or how many days a week would you notice that you had this heart murmur or flutter?
Over the last 5-6 years, it would have been 10 to 20 times a day, and that I did notice, and then there would be the times that I probably chose not to notice as well.
So is that the last 5 or 6 years?
Yes.
And you've noticed a heart flutter or murmur 20 times a day?
Yes.
And then for the last 2 weeks, since you've been taking, you feel it's the fish oil, but you've also been taking the aloe vera, so
yes,
maybe that could have something to do with it.
Yes.
But since you sort of started taking those products, how long after taking those products did you start to notice that it wasn't doing what it was doing?
I would say a week to 10 days after starting with the products.
And how long have you been on those products now?
I've been taking the products for approximately a month.
Okay, so you've had sort of like a 2 or 3 weeks or something without those murmurs?
Yes.
For the first time in 6 years?
Yes.
Whereas previously you're having them every day about...
Yes.
How many times a day?
And it would have been 10 to 20 times a day.
Wow.
And I had back pain, or what I thought was back pain that was actually heart pain, and that's all gone as well.
Okay, well, pretty good story. Thanks a lot for that.
That's a pleasure.
Actually, you were also saying something about your skin, weren't you, Monique?
I was, Tom. I believe the aloe vera helps enormously with just clearing the skin and refining the skin. I also, for a long time, had eczema, and that has also started to lessen since starting with the aloe vera and the fish oil.
Thanks for that, Monique.
It's a pleasure.
Hi Mike, I'm just calling up to ask you about that fish oil you took some years ago. I remember speaking to you years ago about that Arctic sea fish oil, and perhaps you could just tell me about what sort of your heart condition was at the time, and what your cholesterol levels were at the time, and then what happened after you took the fish oil. What actually happened?
It went down to virtually zero. Bad cholesterol.
Is that right? Right.
You know, I had a double bypass, and the surgeon said it would probably take about 3 months to get my cholesterol down. In actual fact, it only took about a week. It went from 6 down to 2, which rather boggled his mind. He couldn't believe it. He said I must have been doing something other than taking fish oil, and just left it like that. He wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, and how long did it take for the fish oil to work? That's not bad, is it? What did it bring it down to in a week? And what was it up to before that?
Over 6.
Just over 6, and in a week it brought it down. That's pretty amazing.
Good stuff.
Wow.
It's pure, you see.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the experiment they do where they put a cap of that fish oil in a polystyrene cup? Yeah,
I used to do that myself when I was doing demonstrations.
So have you ever had any more problems with your heart since, or your cholesterol levels?
Touch wood. No, none at all.
Have you kept taking that stuff?
No, I haven't.
How long were you taking it for?
I've taken it for about 3 months.
You've been right ever since then? You haven't had any heart problems or anything?
Obviously the cholesterol's crept back up a little bit, but nowhere near as what it was.
Okay. No, it's a fascinating story. All right, well, thanks a lot for your time.
See you later.
See you, Mike. Bye.